Please take your seats. Thank you for that lovely welcoming opening prayer and song. Awase chante washteya nape chiu zapiye. With a warm heart, I shake your hands today. I'm the new dean of the law school, Angelique Eaglewoman. It is my great pleasure and honor to be here with you today, celebrating this very special day, where we celebrate the charter class of the Bora Laskin Faculty of Law. This law school began with a dream, then a vision, then a plan, then a first day of classes and students and faculty lectures. This charter class brought the law school to life. The events they orchestrated, the mooting competitions they lobbied for, the organizations that they established, have all led to the law school and the classes following them. As they graduate, they become our first set of alumni. The law school and these soon-to-be alumni are in the Mutual Admiration Club. As they succeed, we succeed. As we succeed, they succeed. With the legal education you have gained here, you have the ability to make a difference in the lives of so many over the course of your careers. We are here to continue to cheer you on and provide a constant legal opportunity and community as your law school. We hope that you take some of the legacy of Chief Justice Bora Laskin with you as you graduate. When you are called to service, we hope that you will gladly and willingly answer the call. With the courses and knowledge you have gained here, we hope you'll join in the local, provincial, and national conversation on Aboriginal rights and quality of life. As natural resources projects are developing, we hope that you will feel confident in bringing in your perspectives from what you have learned here. And we hope that you are always dedicated to access to justice in Northern Ontario. I want us to begin by recognizing our faculty members. Would the faculty members please stand? And all those who have taught courses here, would you please stand as well? Let's give them a round of applause, graduates. Thank you. I also extend a welcome to all the relatives and family members here celebrating with our law graduates. Your dedication, your support made this day possible. I want to ask all relatives and family members to stand and be recognized with applause to show our appreciation. Please stand. As the fourth dean of these students, I would like to extend thanks to the work of founding Dean Lee Stuzer, interim Dean Lisa Phillips, and this past term's acting Dean John O'Mara. It is wonderful to see so many friends and sponsors of the Faculty of Law here today. Your presence honors us and this celebration. Thank you for taking time from your busy lives to join us in this moment to embrace the accomplishments of the charter class. So now we will have greetings extended. I would like to ask the Chief of the Fort William First Nation, Peter Collins, to come.
Ani bonjour, Wechan. Good morning, everyone. First of all, I'd like to officially welcome Dean Eaglewoman. I haven't had the pleasure or the opportunity to welcome her to our territory, to the community of Fort William. To also understand that Fort William is a contributor of the city of Thunder Bay. We helped build the city to what it is today. To also understand that we are a signature to the Robinson Superior Treaty. And those kinds of things help us along the way and along our path. To all the families and friends who have come here to celebrate the graduation today, and the hard work and the determination of your families that are sitting up here in the front. I know it's been a long journey for most of them. I got to know a couple of them that are sitting at the front. I golf with the guy on my left and a young lady from our community. And it's always a pleasure to see them succeed. And I also seen them struggle at the same time. So I understand the contribution they made to get to where they are today. So And in saying that, there's a lot of work that you still have to do and a lot of things that they have to learn in life as they go forward and things they have to be a part of society. We look forward to their endeavors and we look forward to the challenges that they face as they go forward. Again, another positive step in the right direction. I'm always anxious to jump up and down and say things, but I've got to send my apologies to our elder for not recognizing the words and the prayers that she started us here in the right way, and smudging us and guiding us with the spirit of our Creator to make sure that today is a very successful and an exciting day for the families and friends of the graduating class of 2016. I'd like to thank the Faculty of Law for inviting me here today too. Also, it's always a pleasure to be invited and to understand that this is the traditional land of Fort William. This is the Robinson Superior Area Treaty Area. So, and in saying that, I have to go celebrate another life, a life that has come to an end. A friend of mine has passed away. I have to be there, so I'm not disrespecting anybody as I walk out the door. Hopefully you understand, and as I go celebrate a different journey for a friend of mine. So on behalf of Fort William and all the 2,200 members I represent, I welcome you here, and congratulations to the class of 2016. Oh, be rich.
Thank you. Now we'll hear from Secretary-Treasurer of the Métis Nation of Ontario, Tim Pyle, bringing greetings.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to our special occasion this morning at the Bora Laskin Faculty of Law. My name is Tim Pyle. I'm the Secretary-Treasurer for the Métis Nation of Ontario, and I bring greetings on behalf of our new President, Margaret Froh, and the Thunder Bay Métis Council, and our Region Councillor, Cameron Burgess. I'd like to also acknowledge Elder Isabel Mercier, and thank you very much for your opening prayer, Chief Collins, Fort William First Nation, Dean Eaglewoman, special guests, and of course the graduating law students of Lakehead University. Métis Nation of Ontario has been a major supporter in the development of the Lakehead Law School and how we supported the initial applications to establish it and continue building a relationship with them through our support in the Indigenous Advisory Committee. The Métis Nation of Ontario supported the existence of the new law school in Northern Ontario, a law school that would provide legal services in remote and rural settings. It is essential that we graduate professionals who have the knowledge, skills, competencies, and humility to provide legal services adapted to the needs of the northern communities. We are extremely happy to see the first graduating class realizing the dream of the Northern Law School, realizing that you invested your time and money into a new law school, forging a path for others to follow. Congratulations to all the grads. We wish you the best in your new journey. We encourage you to stay in the North, and we stress for you to provide law in our northern communities. M&O President Froh passes on her regrets for not being here today. She passes on her congratulations to all the grads and the very best to Dean Eaglewoman and the entire faculty of the law school. In closing, I'd like to thank the students. Have a great convocation, a great evening, and enjoy the day. You deserve it. Merci, miigwech. Thank you very much.
We will hear from Grand Chief Alvin Fiddler, Anishinaabe Aske Nation, bringing greetings.
Miigwech, Dean Eaglewoman. Miigwech, Antikit, Kagim Sian Isabel. Kagim Madegin. Miigwech. I acknowledge the prayers and the song that was rendered for us this morning. I too want to begin by acknowledging that we are in the territory of Fort William First Nation, so I thank Chief Collins for allowing us to be here, to have this very important event in his territory. Yesterday I was in court at the courthouse, and I witnessed a very powerful and a very an amazing closing summary by a very young lawyer, and I may be a bit biased because she is non-legal counsel. But when I was watching her speak to the jury about the deaths of the 7 students that we've lost here in Thunder Bay, she did not read from a speech. It didn't sound like a rehearsed speech. It was something that she was speaking to the jury from her heart, and that's my message to you, the graduates, that whatever area of law you pursue, whether it's corporate law or it's Indigenous law, that when you speak the truth, you don't need speaking notes. You don't need to rehearse or memorize a speech. And that the work that you will be doing, it has to come from here. And when you do that, that's when you can make a difference in your community or wherever you decide to go and wherever life takes you in your journey, that you'll be a very effective lawyer if you do that. I also want to acknowledge the work of my predecessors on the non-executive council, former Grand Chief Harvey Esno, Deputy Grand Chief Goy Scott Gamick, and others that worked so hard to make this law school a reality. That it was their vision, it was their perseverance, their hard work that led to the creation of this law school. So I honor them, I acknowledge them, and I also acknowledge the faculty of this law school. And most importantly, I acknowledge the graduates. I say to you on behalf of the non-executive council, the non-chiefs, and one of them is here with us, Chief Bart Minkus from Sinai Lake, and all the people of Anishinaabe Laskin Nation, I congratulate you, your families. I thank them as well for supporting you in the 3-year journey. And you're probably sitting here thinking, wow, that's 3 years already. I remember being here 3 years ago. It's so fast. And I think what that tells me is that we need to slow down sometimes, just reflect on where we are and where we need to go. So I pray that the Creator will be with you, will guide you in your journey. And I know that you will make a difference. I'm going to break protocol here, a warning. I'm going to invite Chief Bart Minkus to come up here. He wanted to do a brief presentation to one of his members. We're very proud of Adam Fiddler, one of the graduates. And Chief Minkus wanted to say a few words very briefly.
My name is Bart Minkus. I'm the chief from Sandy Lake First Nations. Miigwechina awe kchaha maga gzebayam hat. Miigwechkudin yawa eagle woman miigwechina. It really makes me feel good when I see the graduates being sanctified by the elder this morning here. Miigwechkudin. I was told to be very brief. I want to present a gift to one of our members, Sand Lake Band member that's here today. We're extremely proud of him. And his name, he hails from Sandy Lake First Nation. He weighs at 100 and... his name is Adam Fiddler, from Sandy Lake First Nations, member from the community of Sandy Lake, and the chief and council, and all the 3,400 people that live there. Can you, Adam, can you come and receive? Can you come here? Or?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
guess we're
Yeah.
making
Yeah.
this up as we go along.
Yeah. Thank you very much. You guys. when I address him, I always call him Senor. Not senior, Senor. Senor, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Now we'll hear from the president of the Thunder Bay Law Association and the regional representative of the Federation of Ontario Law Associations, Renee Larson.
Dean Eaglewoman, graduating class members, honored guests, and all of those parents in attendance, parents and relatives. It's a very meaningful occasion. It's a very historic occasion for us. I originate from Kenora, Ontario. That's where I was born, and I moved to Thunder Bay. Took my high school here at this facility, Port Arthur Collegiate, and then went on to take an honors economics degree at Lakehead University. But I had to go away to law school. So that should tell you that it's important that we have our law school. I'm honored to be representing two organizations, the Thunder Bay Law Association, I'm the president of that, and the Federation of Ontario Law Associations, which used to be known as the County and District Law Association. I'll call Thunder Bay the TBLA, and the Federation for that long name that we have. We both represent the interests of the practicing bar here in Thunder Bay and across Ontario. I am the Northwest Ontario representative on the board of the Federation and bring greetings on behalf of my colleagues there, in particular our chair, Eldon Horner, who expressed his desire to be here today but could not make the journey from his practice in Morrisburg, Ontario, due to family and business considerations. It is with the interest and perspectives of the practicing bar in mind that I will focus my remarks today. When a law school in Thunder Bay was just a dream, TBLA and CADALPA, our previous organization of the Federation, was an early and vocal supporter, and we've remained supportive to this day and will remain supportive into the future. We have been supportive because Northern Ontario needs and deserves a law school. We in the North understand that we have unique legal needs, particularly in the more remote communities of our district. We have experienced firsthand the difficulty in attracting new lawyers to practice in many northern communities, including here in Thunder Bay. Within the last 10 years, the Thunder Bay Law Association had its own committee to go to Toronto and try to attract people to Thunder Bay on an annual basis. We've since disbanded that committee. And we've seen firsthand what happens in our justice system when there is inadequate representation or representation that doesn't fully appreciate and understand the unique cultural and social perspectives of Northern Ontarians. That is why it's such an exciting day for Northern Ontario and for the practicing bar across this entire region. Because the law school and the graduates we are celebrating today is also a celebration of a new concept in legal education. We're celebrating a concept that focuses on the practical day-to-day application of the law. That practical day-to-day application has been supported wholeheartedly by the Thunder Bay Law Association, and there are many members that have contributed many hours teaching and working with the students. So we congratulate you. We mark this historic occasion. We want more Northern Ontario lawyers, and we know they're going to come from this law school and that they'll be well suited to our needs. Thank you very much.
Now, soon-to-be graduates, we will hear from Professor and Dr. Marriott Brennan, who will bring remarks from the faculty and greetings.
Hi everyone. The title was supposed to be the last lecture, and I realized that even though I can talk really quickly, even I can't summarize an entire 3 years in 5 minutes. So what I thought I would do is I would look back at some of the advice we provided in our first initial meeting of you guys. I remember that first session. You guys looked so nervous. And so one of the things as faculty we were asked to do was to provide you guys with some sort of guidance that would see you through your law school career. And I remember thinking about some of that advice we gave you. One of the first things we asked was try and remember to strike that work-life balance, that it was important to take times to step away from law. And then we proceeded to pretty much kill you guys in your first year by giving you guys one of the most rigorous first-year curriculums I had ever seen. And then halfway through first year, we said, don't worry, it's going to get better. Second year will be easy. And then we gave you guys the civil practice course. And despite our best attempts to get you guys to not follow our advice of work-life balance, you guys managed to do it. There were engagements, weddings, and some brave souls even decided to have kids. So congratulations, that was fantastic. The next piece of advice we tried to give you guys was that you guys were in charge of creating the legacy of this school. We advised that it was a serious responsibility that you had. You guys would be setting up the programs and establishing what would be followed for many, many years to come. And again, you guys rose to the occasion. You established a student government that has successfully lobbied for many changes in our law school. You established clubs and organizations, creating moot court teams. You guys have created a wonderful legacy that will serve the future generations of our law school. And the last piece of advice that we told you was, no matter how stressful it gets during the academic year, and we're going to make it as stressful as possible for you guys, take the time to sit back and enjoy it. Remember to take in this time because it's going to go by far too quickly. And I know that you guys prayed that it was going to be over soon, especially when it got near those middle points of the semesters. But we were right. It has gone by incredibly, incredibly quickly because here we are and it's graduation day. So on behalf of the faculty, I would like to say thank you for your incredible contribution. Congratulations on your achievements, and best of luck in your future career.
Now I'd like to call up one of our soon-to-be graduates, Warren Mook, for the valedictory speech. Please join us, Warren.
The bottle of water is not an advertisement, it helps with the speaking, so. Good morning, faculty and staff of the Bora Laskin Faculty of Law, members of the Thunder Bay legal community, graduates, their family and friends, and our distinguished guests. I'm incredibly proud to be a member of the graduating class, the charter class, and I'm flattered by my colleagues for selecting me to do this. It's quite an honor. So what exactly do you do in law school? I think my brother has the impression that it's ski trips to Minnesota and cocktail parties and that sort of thing. And Facebook can be misleading. Indeed, what you actually do in law school is you read until your eyes hurt, until you need glasses, and until you realize that I'm not as smart as I thought I was. We generally read Canadian legal decisions, but also ones from England and Australia and the United States because they developed their common law in a similar way as us. And we read a lot of Lord Denning decisions. Lord Denning was a judge in England, and he held the top spot on the Court of Appeal there for about 20 years, and some people loved him and some people hated him, but he was well known for opening his judgments with stories. And so I too have a story in the interests of following stare decisis, which translates roughly into do what the last guy did. I was having coffee with my friend Oliver, who is graduating at the same time as us from the University of Ottawa. And we were chatting away, and he said, so how do you guys resolve disputes in Thunder Bay? Do you have like lumberjack competitions? Is it who can chop a tree down the fastest? I said, don't be ridiculous. We wrestle bears up here to do that. Of course, I didn't have to ask him how they resolve disputes in Ottawa. We all know that when you have a dispute in Ottawa, you grab your opponent and you force them to do what you want, and then if anyone gets in the way, you just give them an elbow. So, yeah. In any event, that story is a good demonstration that perhaps not everyone knows what we're doing up here in Thunder Bay, and that's okay. This is a new program, and we are still in the process of putting out the message that it's a different approach to legal education. Briefly, I'll tell you that in November of 2013, after we had all started our courses, under the leadership of our founding dean, Lee Stusser, who is an exceptional advocate, Lakehead University was granted permission by the Law Society of Upper Canada to use an integrated practice curriculum. So without getting into the details of that, the purpose is, throughout the course of the program, to complete practical tasks to prepare us to serve the needs of our clients. So throughout, we're performing the tasks that are required of lawyers every day. And the idea is that we would become practice ready when we graduate. So this is what practice ready means. It doesn't mean walking from law school to the Supreme Court and arguing complex constitutional issues. Practice ready means being able to ethically and competently tackle the issues that a new lawyer is going to have land on their desk. So these issues are the 3 a.m. phone calls from a client who had a rough night and was arrested on deck. And he needs bail so he can get back to work on Monday. They are the single mother who needs child support, an order for child support so she can take care of her kids. They are the many people who seek redress in our civil courts for various wrongs that have been committed against them. And this is what the market demands, and this is what we're doing. And so my argument to you today is that my colleagues are indeed practice ready. My evidence is observing this class as we grow throughout, do these exercises, and ultimately I've seen my colleagues assist real people deal with real legal issues. So indeed we have achieved that goal. One other cornerstone to this faculty is its curriculum in Aboriginal law and Aboriginal legal issues. And of utmost importance is Canada's relationship with its Indigenous people. And in a recent decision of the Supreme Court of Canada called Daniels and Canada, Madam Justice Abella correctly stated as follows: as the curtain opens wider and wider on the history of Canada's relationship with its Indigenous peoples, inequities are increasingly revealed and remedies urgently sought. Many revelations have resulted in good faith policy and legislative responses, but the list of disadvantages remains robust. This is a good summary of what we have gained from our education. We know that the status quo with respect to the relationship of Canada and its Indigenous peoples is unacceptable. We are not somehow better off as a society by marginalizing a group of people. We are held back socially and economically in every conceivable way because of it. Senator Murray Sinclair, who is here with us today, visited our school in his capacity as the chair of the Truth and Reconciliation Commission. In one of our discussions, he took the position that one of the greatest barriers to reconciliation is education. Too many people in our community, in our country, are in the dark or willfully blind to the challenges of Indigenous communities. Accordingly, following Senator Sinclair's advice, we need to use our role as leaders in the community to not just seek legal remedies for these inequities, but also to be educators. And on that point, we can never have enough qualified people providing legal education. We are constantly bombarded with various forms of media that report issues with major factual and legal inconsistencies, inaccuracies. Not necessarily out of bad faith, but because the law is complex, and it's easier to write an interesting story than necessarily a correct one. In our jobs, we are legally and ethically bound to explore every perspective, collect every fact, and advance every relevant argument. It is negligent and it's dangerous to rush to judgment in an informational vacuum. I took a point from Barack Obama when he was making a speech to Rutgers University in the United States, and he said, and this is excellent, ignorance is not a virtue. It's not cool to not know what you're talking about. I couldn't agree more. Finally, I wanted to say that I had a conversation with Dean Eaglewoman earlier this week. She said, Warren, I'm incredibly happy to have escaped the possibility of a Donald Trump presidency. She did not say that. It's a joke. No, we spoke about the progress the class has made and the overwhelmingly positive response from the Thunder Bay and broader legal community to the program, and the numerous strengths of the Bora Laskin Faculty of Law. The school is growing and changing. That can be uncomfortable, but it's indicative of positivity. Disagreements and constructive changes are good. Indeed, the only true danger to this institution and any institution is apathy. The school is in good hands. Our new dean is well qualified. She's charismatic. She had us arrange ourselves in alphabetical order this morning, which was a huge task. You may not have heard this, but organizing lawyers like that is like herding cats. That's a phrase. And we have excellent faculty. We have knowledgeable, engaging legal practitioners to educate our future classes. So I could continue for a long time, but I'll end it on this point. Excuse me. My colleagues have made an incredible contribution to the success of this school. We have developed and organized a law student society, as you've heard, numerous students' clubs and social events. We have competed successfully on a national level in moot competitions against other law schools, and we've been instrumental in making a name for this institution. The humility, intelligence, senses of humor, diplomacy, and work ethic of my colleagues will make them excellent lawyers and leaders. And indeed, they are already leaders. And so there's an Indigenous legal principle that states what we do today will impact those 7 generations from now, and accordingly, what happened 7 generations ago is influencing where we are today. And so I think I can end on that, and we can reflect on that and know that we have an obligation to act in a way that will benefit future generations far down the line. Congratulations, class, and best of luck as you transition into your legal careers.
Next will be the presentation of the integrated practice curriculum parchments to the class. We'll call you up one at a time. Annette Maurer and Student Services will be calling your names, and I'll be shaking your hand.
I just wanted to also add my congratulations to each of you. One of my roles in one of my many jobs at the school is to call students when they get admitted. And I know there's a few students in this class that are still upset that they never got a phone call because we started it at a certain point of the class. And so Becky, I think I do owe you still a phone call, as she keeps reminding me. So I'll call her maybe a couple days later and say, you're into law school, congratulations. And she'll be not up for that, I'm sure. That was part of my role, reading their applications, and so reading why they wanted to come here and how they might be a good lawyer. And so it's really exciting now to be on the other end of that and to see that they will be really strong and excellent lawyers, and we're really, really proud of them. So I'll call your names. If you might want to stand your row and then and be ready to come forward. And for families, the photographer will be taking pictures of each one. So, Rebecca Angel. Rebecca received the top course mark in bankruptcy and insolvency. Ayub Ansari. Robert Adites. Sean Bell. Sean was Sean was also a member of the Quishkamon Aboriginal Law Moot Team. Jessica Brice. Jessica is 9th in her class over the 3 years. She also received the top mark in the fall semester of Business of Law and in Immigration and Refugee Law. Kiara Burke, but she can't be with us this morning. Katie Camiso. She was 3rd place in the class over the 3 years. She received the top course mark in the winter semester for Family Law and Real Estate, and she was also a member of the Wilson Moot Team. Carly DeBoni. Carly tied for the top course mark in Natural Resources Development and Aboriginal Peoples. Jordan Darrow can't be with us today. Whitney Donnelly. She was the 3rd individual student performance in the Walsh Family Law Negotiation Competition. Congratulations. Kaylee Dryla. She was 6th in the class over the 3 years. She has the top course mark in the fall semester for Family Law and Real Estate, and she was a member of the Arnott Cup Moot Team. Rebecca Ducharme. She was the top course mark in Advanced Criminal Law, and she was also a member of the Walsh Family Law Negotiation Team. Jen Ellis. Patrick Fallon. Adam Fiddler. Anna Fitzsimmons. Anna was also a member of the Walsh Family Law Negotiation Moot Team. Natalie Jerry. Hannah Gladstone. Hannah was 7th in the class over the 3 years. She receives the top course mark in the winter semester for Business of Law and Wills and Estates, as well as for International Environmental Law. Ryan Green. Ryan was a member of the Walsh Family Law Negotiation Moot Team. Tara Hum. Lucas Jewett. Kelty John. Ryan Kelleher. Nicholas Krakenow can't be with us today. Wesley Laverne. James Lazowski. Mark Longo. Mark is 8th place in the class over the 3 years, and if you've been noticing, he's the only male in that list. Mark also received the top course mark in Alternative Dispute Resolution. Kristen Mcdonald. Kristen was a member of the Arnott Cup Moot Team. Cameron Malcolm couldn't be with us this morning. Scott Main Prize also can't be with us. Scott did tie for the top course mark in Natural Resources Development and Aboriginal Peoples. Stan Maloof. Blake McCulloch. Elizabeth McLeod. Liz got the top course mark in the winter semester of trusts, and she was also a member of the Wilson Cup moot team. Theodore Millward. Emily Morris. Emily was 5th in the class over the 3 years. She's a member of the Wilson Cup moot team. Allison Morris. Alicia Mosington. Warren Mauk. Shannon Mulholland. Shannon was also a member of the Wilson Cup moot team. Alicia Petrone Riedberger. David Pierce. Samantha Ramage. Rachel Rice. Rachel was the top course mark in health law, and she is also a member of the Quishkaman Aboriginal Law moot team. Monica Rodriguez. Monica was a member of the Arnott Cup moot team. Melissa Ryan. Adam Shank. Adam receives the top course mark in the fall semester of trusts. Tiana Sheridan can't be with us today, and Amy Short also can't be with us today. Matthew Siddle. Matthew receives the top course mark in the fall semester of Wills and Estates. Robert Skeggs. Caitlin Spacek Berube. Larissa Speak. Larissa is first place in the class over 3 years. And Larissa was also a member of the Quishkaman Aboriginal Law moot team. Lauren Tarasak. Lauren is 4th place in the class over 3 years. She was also a member of the Wilson Cup moot team. Daniel Thorpe. Dan was also a member of the Arnott Cup moot team. Julia Tusa. She was 2nd place in the class over 3 years. Whitney Van Bellingham. And Emily Van Lowen. And finally, Alexander Wade, but he also can't be with us today.
Thank you so much. We also have degree frames and composite pictures that the graduates will receive at lunch. Those are on that table over there for them to pick up. So now we're going to conclude this part, and I'm going to take the graduates for a photo in the library, and then we will reconvene at 11:30 with our keynote by Senator Murray Sinclair. So if you will excuse us for 30 minutes. Thank you. So law students, please follow me out. Law graduates, please follow me out this way.